Hey, what's going on, guys? Richie Fix here, back with another video, and today we are going to be doing a figure review on the brand new Marvel Legends series Secret Wars Wolverine. Now, I was able to obtain this from a Canadian shop called cmdstores.com. I don't know why Canada always seems to get Marvel Legends way earlier than the States, but they do. If you're wondering how all these other YouTubers are getting these figures so early, they're buying them from CMD Store, Toy Snowman, and other Canadian retailers. I would plug them in the description below so you guys can obviously take advantage, but all the key players are sold out. Wolverine, Spider-Man, Captain America. I think they have Iron Man and then Titania, but I think those are going to be the shelf warmers. There's some heavy hitters in this wave, for sure. They're counting this, obviously, as the brown suit Wolverine. I don't think it's the traditional one that people were looking for, but I've heard rumors that that's going to drop next year, but this will hold people over until then. And then there's also that CT Stores. That's like a ripoff, or I guess a bootleg of Mayfex. Do we need to look into that? Let me know in the comments below if you want me to pick up that Mayfex. In fact, if this video hits 100 likes, I will go ahead and pick up the CT Stores Wolverine for a review, so we can check that one out as well. But yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, guys, just as a forewarn, you better pick these up while they're available. If you see a pre-order for the Wolverine, the Spider-Man, or the Captain America, I'm telling you right now, do the right thing and buy them now. We can return or sell back later if, we get past return dates, things like that. I'm telling you right now, if you think and don't pull the trigger, you're going to miss out. And then these are going to go up. I promise you, these are going to go up to the Rogue Wolverine XMEN 97 prices, 70, 80 bucks in a couple of months. They just are. They're just that sought after. Maybe not the Spider-Man, because there's a ton of the black suit Spider-Mans, but I'm telling you, they're going to jump in price. They definitely are. This wave is that popular. It really is. So, just a warn, if you see them, buy them. So, taking a look at the Wolverine, again, it does come with an extra head sculpt. One with the cowl, without one. Does come with that little shield that has a lenticular image on it. I can't really activate it right now. I'll show you though once I get this package open. And then does also come with like an extra little picture that you can put in there if you don't want that lenticular little piece in there. Taking a look at the back of the package, it does have the traditional brown suit for the Wolverine on the back, and then a little bit of his story, and then the rest of the wave, which is the Spider-Man black suit, Captain America, Iron Man, Titania, and Marvel's Beyonder, and then some instructions on how to take that little picture in and out of the shield. So, looks very, very good. There's definitely some nostalgia for a lot of collectors, as they probably saw packaging like this of these figures a long, long time ago. I wasn't into figures at that time to really have that hit the nostalgia for me, but I am a big Wolverine fan, and Spider-Man, especially the black suit Spider-Man. Find someone that doesn't like black suit Spider-Man. In fact, some people like the black suit better than the traditional red and blue. But is this figure going to live up to the hype? There's only one way to find out. Let's get it open. Let's take a look. All right, guys, taking a look at Wolverine outside of the package, and it looks pretty good, I'm not going to lie. Mine turned out really well. The paint apps are very nice. We've got kind of like a nice matte finish here, where the yellow is a little bit more of like a plastic shiny, but the matte on the paint, it turned out really, really well. And then we got some nice shadowing on the chin there. I don't know how well that's picking up. I think the glare of the light, but there's some nice 5 o'clock shadow on the face there. And then I'm really happy they are starting to paint the arm hair. Like, it's so lazy for them to, I think the XMEN 97 came with it sculpted on there, but then they didn't paint it. Like, why even have it on there? But I'm so glad now they're taking the time to do this. And I think it's because they have more competition. Like the CT Toys Wolverine, I think I still want to get that figure regardless whether we hit the like goal or not. But let's still aim for 100 likes on this video. I just think that between bootlegs, Jada Toys, and just some of these other new toy companies coming out and putting out such quality for such good prices, it's starting to make Marvel Legends and Mattel and some of these other big companies put a little more effort into their product, and I'm all for that. So taking a look at everything else, he's got some nice silver on the gloves here, and then the cowl. But yeah, he does have this nice belt here, and then the boots. Got some tread on the boots here. I don't think that traditionally comes, at least on my other Wolverines. He doesn't have like these little combat boot treads going on here. So that looks pretty good. As far as articulation, we'll get started with that. Wolverine on the head can go up that far. So looking pretty good there. Does get a nice, definitely can bury that chin, go down quite a bit. So we like that. I do believe this is the XMEN 97 body sculpt for Wolverine. Okay, wait, maybe I got it to go up a little bit more there. There we go. That looks a lot better. And then as far as the butterflies, he can go back. Ooh, this figure came very stiff outside of the package, and I'm always a fan of that. Man, in these butterflies, holy, we're reaching back there, folks. We're reaching back, so definitely a fan of that. And a lot of people argue that the XMEN 97 Wolverine is the best Wolverine, the best blue and yellow Wolverine out in the Marvel Legends right now. So I can see why they went with that mold. So as far as going in, see how far I can get that in there. It doesn't seem, goes in pretty good, pretty far there. So can definitely get things going there. And then as far as the arms, there is a bicep swivel. And then we do get pinless, double jointed arms. So very nice there. Again, I love that they painted the arm hair. Keep this up. Keep this up. But as far as the ab crunch, can definitely go down quite a bit there. Looks good. And then as far as going back, not as far back. Definitely can't go as far back. That's okay. I don't really do a lot of poses where they have to like arch their back, but that's enough for me. Taking a look at the legs, we do get a thigh swivel. Legs can go back out that far, so get a full Claude Van Damme here, looking good on the splits. And then we do get a nice double jointed knee, looking good there. And then the boots, is there a boot swivel? Boot swivel? Yes, there is a boot swivel, so definitely can swivel that boot, and then can go up that far. Get that in the light there. Got a little bit of a shadow. Get it up that far. Can go down that far. And then obviously you have your ankle rocker. And then he does come with some accessories. Obviously his claw hands, and then his alternate maskless or cowless head sculpt. So let's take a look at those. I guess taking a look at the alternative head sculpt on the body, it looks really, really good. Looks really, really good. You know what would look really, really good on this figure? A yelling head sculpt. Why do we keep getting closed mouth Wolverine head sculpts? I get that this is supposed to look like the Shield picture, but nobody wants both closed mouth head sculpts on their Wolverine. He's always yelling, he's always growling, he's always pissed off. He's a little pissed off man. Okay, Hasbro? Why do we keep getting closed and gritted teeth? Like, at least this one in the back here came with this gritting teeth. Like, that's fine. But I think it's been, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think, forget it. I think it's been since, honestly, the VHS Wolverine cel-shaded Wolverine that we got a yelling head sculpt. So, I mean, what are we doing? Can we get that fixed, Hasbro? Can we start getting some yelling head sculpts for our Wolverine? That would be nice. I don't know if I stand alone on that, but especially this one, like, we got two closed mouth Wolverines head sculpts with this particular figure, which kind of makes it not as fun of a figure for me, because when I think of Wolverine, I think of action, pissed off, bar fights, angry. Like, this is pissed off, but he's not quite at that full rage yet. And then let's take a look at his clawed hands. And then taking a look at the claws outside of the package, we got a little bit of a warp there, which you can definitely just heat up and it'll go straight. But I think these are the claws that actually came on the well, of course, they used the XMEN 97, so I don't know why I think the claws would be any different. Maybe the hands I thought might be a little bit different, but I definitely like these claws. Believe it or not, I have not opened my XMEN. I bought two of them, and I still haven't opened one just because I'm like, do I really want to open the $80 Wolverine? Even though it's so great. It's like this one turned out really, really good. and I like this one a lot. And this one came with like the hairy armed and everything like that. I don't know. I've been too chicken shit to open up my X-Men 97 Wolverine, but yeah, so the claws look really, really good. The head sculpt, the cowless head sculpt looks very, very similar to the one that I can't think of the word that goes in front of this Wolverine. It's like the amazing, fantastic. Let me know in the comments below what Wolverine this is, because I can't remember off the top of my head, but it looks very similar. He got like the same kind of head sculpt with that one. Like, it's fine if you're gonna do stoic head sculpts, that's fine, but you gotta do the Jada Toys method and give me a pissed off, yelling, or gritted teeth one, because this is now not as great of a figure for me, and I think I've already said that, but it's gonna affect his overall rating. Like, this is, I think, the only other brown suit Wolverine that I own is the Old Man Logan one that came out back in 2020, like forever ago, when I first started collecting again. And that figure is buried somewhere deep, deep in storage, the caves of storage. So I was super excited for this, but after kind of taking a look at it, there's just not enough pow here for me. It's a great figure, don't get me wrong. Like, I like everything about it. It's just the head sculpts, man. And let me see if I can do some head swaps, because they look to be the same. Here's the cowless head sculpt from that Wolverine. I think it is a little bit of a lighter paint. Kind of taking a look at the paints. They're close, but I think this one's just got a little bit more of a tiny pinkish hue to it. A little more fleshy, I guess you could say. But they definitely pits. Definitely the same ball peg that they use for the head sculpt. But I don't know about the color. To me, looking at the naked eye, I don't know that I'd be able to tell. And then putting this head on the brown. Now, this is what I'm talking about. But this is not the head sculpt that I want for this particular figure. I want the bigger ears, like the source material. Like, this looks really, really good on it. And because it's the same ball, like I said, this is almost, I mean, a little bit more pinky hue. I don't think you'd be able to tell the difference. But this looks really, really good on this. However, it's just not the source material. I want the bigger ears. I don't want a smirk. I want this face or a yelling head sculpt. So it's like, now I have to sacrifice if I want to keep it like this. I'm considering it, but it's like, I like that on my blue and yellow. I'm a brown suit fan, but it's not my favorite. I like the blue and yellow because that's what I grew up with. The X-Men animated series is my nostalgia for X-Men. I do like this color a lot, but because of the head sculpts it came with, it's just not enough for me. So what I'm going to be doing is I do have my eBay that I'm going to be throwing this back up on after this review. I think I'm going to sell this, and then I have a pre-order on this figure for Amazon. I'm just going to wait for that to satisfy, because honestly, it's a great figure, but I'll let somebody else enjoy this in the meantime if they want it early. You know, I'll put the link to my eBay when this goes up, so if you want to keep checking back on this video, helps with the views, and then also you can see when the eBay listing goes up for this guy. But it's just like, it's just not, the head sculpts is what ruins it for me. And I don't know if you guys really want to shut, like, he can hold this, it like clips onto his arm, but I mean, are you gonna do that? Probably not. It's just like, oh man, I don't know. I mean, it's a great figure, but for me, it's like, that smirking head sculpt for the cowl look is just not enough for me to keep it for right now early. Like, to hold on to this and just wait for the other figures to satisfy through Amazon, I'll let you guys, you know, battle it out for this guy, because it's like, if you want him, like I said, you definitely should get him, especially if you're out-of-box collector. Maybe you can scoop this for a deal. I don't know what this thing would sell for already being out of package, but it's like, I don't know. For me, it's just not enough there to keep it early. I did pay a premium, obviously, because, you know, Canadian shipping and all that stuff isn't cheap by any means. But it's like, I'll let you guys decide and see who gets a deal on this. Because for me, it's just not enough there. On a 1 to 10, the figure itself, overall, I think is like a solid 8. But because of the head sculpts, it brings it down 2 head whole points. This is nice. Don't get me wrong. These are both nice. That's not even the right one. Hold on. These are both nice, but it's like, it's just not what I want from my Wolverine. I want at least a grit teeth or a yelling head sculpt. So I'll wait for my Amazons to satisfy, and then I'll put this puppy up on eBay. And then I did obviously save the card too. So I'll make sure, I mean, I preserve these like perfect. So it'll look just like it did, brand new. I mean, you could even glue it, and but I'm assuming someone from the out-of-box collector is going to buy this, but while it's a good figure, it's just not enough for me to hold on to it as early as I got it. So I'll wait for the Amazons to pre-order, and if you guys want to get it, definitely check it out. Otherwise, still pre-order this figure. It's worth getting. Like I said, I'm still going to have one of these eventually when my Amazon order satisfies, but just for me, with the head sculpts that it came with, it's just not worth it at this point for me. So, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave the video a like. If you're new, go ahead and consider subscribing. And, well, that's it. That's all she wrote. Symbiote Spider-Man is going to be the next review, and then after that, I don't know where we go, but we'll figure it out. I'll see you on the next one. Richie Figs. Later.